For Carly to really get on here and plan a wedding that she knew good and well wasn't about to take place gives me next level crazy. Do you hear me? Is y'all ready to talk about it? Because this girl face went to crinkling up and I didn't know what to do. Let's juice.
Come on, Blaze.
It's the beef for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo Doll TV, back with a quick little joke, or whatever the case may be, and we gotta discuss Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, honey. It was a lot going on. Is this the season finale? This is a real question because it's giving finale tease. But I know one of these shows started after the other one. I don't know if Miami started first and then Atlanta or vice versa. I don't know why they ended on the same day or the same week. We'll discuss it. Drop down in the comments if this is the season finale, girl. I don't know. It'll be somewhere in the description, maybe. I don't know. Not the end of there. Listen, girl. My girl Spice, Old Spice, regular Spice, not the Ice Spice, decided to continue with the Cyphers of the A album that none of us is going to buy. She's getting all of the press release and everything done on it. And the whole time, the BAM is mad because she got taken off of Bad and Bougie. Yeah. So we're going to discuss that. And also how she's going to take it when she finds out, and I'm talking about Spice, how Spice going to take it when she finds out that Jock is going to do an even more lit one and really encompass the sound of the A. Girl, that's going to be a time. We'll get to that. Also, Amy is over there. Everybody blaming Spice, and typically Spice sometimes deserve the blame. But in this situation, Amy and the BAM is taking out their vitriol off each other or on each other and taking it out on Spice. The problem is both of them have an issue with each other. Spice was being messy by allowing them both to have diss tracks on the song, and now they both pointing the fingers at Spice. Spice putting the album out. Ain't nobody gonna see BAM part. She said it was media core. So that's a whole other thing. It's a lot going on. We gonna discuss that. We also gonna discuss how the BAM went behind Scrappy, Chris Naive, because he allowed Erica, what's her name? Whatever her name is, Erica, Scrap Baby Mama. He allowed her to get on the podcast and talk about her with her churn in the background. That was dirty. We gonna get into that. Lil Zane and Scrap about the fight. Then we got Zell spilling the teas on Carly Red, showing video proof of her main with another woman. I told y'all though, but y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all don't want to hear me. She been knowing this from the beginning. Maybe she just thought she could click her heels 3 times and he gonna get his mind right, but that didn't work out. Plus there's a 40-year age gap, so there's that. We'll get into that. And I didn't too particularly like Zell going back and forth with Amy the way that he did, but you already know how I go. It is what it is. We got a few other things to discuss. Y'all do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell. Make sure you know when we go live or when we have other uploads and videos, honey. And also leave a comment. I need to know what you think about this episode down in the comment section. So let's get right on into the episode. Grab your teens, your earbuds, your ganja, your looker, whatever it is. And let's get right on into it. So now the episode opens up with Rashida is excited. It's the day of the 2nd annual Pressed fashion line that nobody buys the fashions, but still they do a fashion show. Remember, she got Zell walking, she got Amy and the BAM and all these other folks walking, and they do this annually. And Rashida says she's so excited to give these people a platform or whatever the case may be. Now we got Rennie Rucci pulling up because she's performing. Now, I had never really heard Rennie Rucci's song. They played a little clip, a little snippet. It was a little cute, yin, yin, yin. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. It was a little 1-2, yin, yin, give mulatto tease. I guess all the mulatto girls is coming together like the Avengers, girl. I don't know. And then we also have Zell, who hops in the confessional to tell us that he's super excited about walking in his first fashion show. He said he's never walked in a fashion show before, and he's here to give face, looks, and everything else. And can I also say that Zell's hair and his cheekbones are to die for. Every style is lit. I just want to say that. So anyway, here go my girl Rennie. Hey Zell, how's everything been going? You know, I'm so happy to be back in the spot, you know, doing what I love to do. I got these churn around here, but I've been doing my thing, you know, just keeping my head above water. How are things going with you? I want to say she brought up Carly or asked about Carly or mentioned her, and that had Zell go all the way loose. So Zell was like, Carly, you asked about a wedding, child, ain't gonna be no wedding. And they was talking about how he's uninvited to the wedding. And he said basically he's uninvited because he knows that Carly's husband be cheating. And the husband don't like that. So that's why he didn't want Zell at the wedding. Now Zell at one moment act like he don't care, but then he act like he cares when he asked about it or he mentioned it. So Zell hops in the confessional with his phone and was like, you know what? I'm gonna prove to these girls today that this girl been cheating, or this girl been cheated on, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna prove this by my receipts. And I pulled out my handy dandy phone and showed it to the people. So Zell pulls out the phone, love the hair, but he pulls out the phone and they see a video of Carly's man and another woman. Let me say this. Now, unless it's AI and Photoshop, like Armand Wiggins said, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this. This is really him. And let's look at the picture. Hold on, look. See, that's him and a girl. Girl, you can't make this up, Carly, and you know this. And this is the worst part. Carly probably super insecure because of the age difference and the age gap. And I'm pretty sure it bothers her that he over there messing with women in his age bracket. That's what Zell said. It's more age appropriate. Girl, you can't make this up. So Rennie was like, Zell, how did you get those receipts? I can't believe you have those receipts. And he told her, he was like, child, I got receipts falling out my woo-ha. And that's why the boy don't want me to come to the wedding, because he don't know who I'm going to pull up with. One of his side chicks, his old ladies, or whatever. And that's why he don't want me at the wedding. And that's why Zell really feels some type of way about Carly, because he felt like as a friend, you know that he has your best interest at heart. But one thing I learned, baby, you can't mess with nobody when they're supposed to be in love, honey. It ain't gonna work. Just let them go ahead and bump their head fat. It is what it is. But Zell got the receipt, so we'll put a pin in that and come back to it. So now Big Sexy is hosting the fashion show. I like Big Sexy. I actually love him. He's adorable. He's a Instagram person that be doing the walking up the streets with the other women and jumping up and down. I love that for Big Sexy. But anyway, he's doing the MCing for the show, and my girl Rennie Rucci get up. They ain't changed or nothing. Love her down to the ground. They ain't changed. Coochie still smelling like home. Girl, just up on stage singing and rapping. It was a cute little 1-2 ying ying. Shout out to you, Rennie. We like you over here at the dollhouse, but I gotta get you when I gotta get you. It was all right now. And then we have, what's his name? Not Funky. Saucy. Saucy on here. And he said he just glad to be booked because nobody is booking him these days. So even if he had to sing in front of an old folks home and do Christmas carols, he was going to show up and give all his best. And I love that for Saucy. And then my boy, Skriz Naive. You could get crunk in the club. Roll with the hood, get stomped in the club. He played that song and I ain't gonna lie, I even got up. Something about me. It's that millennial in me. What am I? Millennial? It don't even matter. Something about that time era really got me. And I was feeling the beat. But I wasn't the only one feeling the beat. Apparently, Skriz Naive, Biz Naive was there. And both of them was feeling the beat too. So here we have the Bam over there twerking and acting a fool. Talking about just because me and my baby father is beefing, don't mean I don't like his music. Girl, you supposed to hate him, his draws, his music, and everything about him. What is you own? But see, you over there low-key in competition with Erica. And Erica is doing this because Erica is hurt. Look at Erica. Just proud baby mama. Baby mama number one. Proud and through. Girl, Erica, sit down. I get it being there to, help support your baby daddy. You got Imani over there or whatever the case may be. But y'all look thirsty and tired. Both of y'all. Don't one of y'all look better than the other one. Both of y'all look tired behind a nigga who done been on to the next 50 million times. It's weird to me. It's just super weird. And then here come the Bam. I see Erica over there trying to antagonize me, but I'm out here to have a good time, and I'm not going to allow her to interrupt my good time. Both of y'all are being petty toward each other. And at this point in time, I'm starting to realize y'all probably would have been better together as sister wives than beefing the way that y'all beefing, because it don't make sense. So now the Bam do her walk. One thing about the Bam, she's a cute girl, very wonderful, cute body, long legs. So the Bam do her walk, and as per usual, she kills it. Bam is a beautiful, attractive girl. We got to give her her tings. Now this was the part that got me though. So the Bam is on stage doing her 1-2 yin yin, and I look over and see Erica tapping Imani on the leg, talking about don't do it, don't worry about it. What is Imani gonna do? Imani is still a child. Yes, she is an adult to her peers. But good, bad, or indifferent, it doesn't matter because Bambi was in an authoritative position over her. And for her to even feel comfortable when she around you, because now you and Scrappy is back cool, him and the Bam is beefed out, and you feel like this your opportune time to squeeze right on in, you and Imani, I think that that's tied, delayed, and through. And as a child, a person who was reared under her, I believe she should stay in a child's place. And if there's anything that needs to happen or be said, it should be handled between the adults in this situation, and that's Erica and the Bam. But see, this is the problem with a lot of people. They like to raise their children to be too grown, and then when the streets pop them upside the head, then they won't get out here and start crying. Y'all got to be stronger than that. Move around. So anyways, girl, after the doggone fashion show, they all meet up. It's the Bam, it's Sierra, her husband, Rashida, and Kirk with the 3 earrings. And they discussing how the show went. Rashida said she happy everything was a success. Everything was beautiful. She was like, but I did see you and Erica over there battling each other like on Step It Up or something. What's going on? And so the Bam was like, first of all, I was just dancing, but I wasn't battling her because she can't battle me. And then number 2, also, I know that there's a lot of animosity over there, and I got to get into it with Scrappy because Scrappy allowed her to go to his podcast at his house and drag for me in front of my kids. Now, while I believe that the Bam is in every right to check Scrappy and make him, be accountable for allowing that type of behavior, I really feel like she need to be talking to Erica. She was the one made the comments and in front of your kids. Now, I get it. You may not want to do it at this venue because now is not the time nor place. But if you're going to confront somebody, you need to be confronting both of them because Scrappy don't control Erica's mouth. Erica controls Erica's mouth. And if you don't like something Erica's saying or doing, I think that it's your duty to check her as an adult and as a woman. Woman to woman. But I do feel like that's a scapegoat to just go ahead on and curse out Skriz Naive, as you should. But I do think it's a scapegoat. Period. Point blank. So now Scrappy and Amy meet up with Zane and his wife backstage, and Scrappy have a lot to get off of his chest about what's been going on. They congratulated him on the show, told him he did a great job, and he was like, y'all talking about congratulations to me. Who I need to be congratulating is my girl Amy. He says, actually, Amy is married. And she's like, I'm not married. He was like, you're definitely married because your husband told me y'all was married. Now, Amy is engaged. At this time, we know now that it's to Dwight Howard. Shoulders. She's engaged to him who's been alleged to be engaging with men, but that's a whole nother story. And congratulations are in order, I guess, or whatever. And so look at Zane's wife. Oh, so you're not gonna tell me if you're married? You're not gonna tell me who you married to? And Amy was like, no. Absolutely not. Because first of all, we know who it is. Well, we know he's a name. And she's not going to play with it. She said when she got in a confessional, she said, I've been around the love and hip hop people long enough to know whenever you get on this internet and blast your nigga, it end up not working. So I decided to keep this one on the tuck. And when I'm ready to tell these hoes who my main is, then we'll discuss it. But girl, I call Cap. You just don't want us to say, oh, ain't he gay? So anyway, Skriz Naive pulls 3 earrings to the side and was telling him how nervous he is. He said because they got the paternity test done and he getting the results this weekend. He said the baby mama about to move to Atlanta so he can be near his kid. And he's excited and nervous and he needed a friend to confide in. But before he can confide, he heard what's the girl name? The Bam. He heard them hoofs coming up and down the hallways, and he decided, time for me to go. Because he knew that the Bam was going to come over there and drag him for filth for allowing Erica to drag her on the podcast. So as she's walking to the back, she was like, nah, Negro, where you going? Come back. Why is you letting your baby mama play with me and disrespect me and call me X, Y, and Z in front of my kids on a podcast? Like, that's not cool. And to be completely honest, she's absolutely right. The Bam is still the mother of his kids. And I'll be damned if I let somebody disrespect her, especially in front of said kids. So she's absolutely right for going off on him. I just feel like she should have went off on both of them. That's just my opinion. But Scrappy does what he does best, which is run away. And he doesn't want to take any accountability or even talk about the situation, talking about he's smart enough to know when trouble's coming his way. Fool, you knew when you was about to get confronted about not doing what you're supposed to do. So then, boom, the Bam is over there explaining to Rashid and them how she didn't mean to get into it at their function. She was like, but at the end of the day, Scrappy really let this girl play with me in front of my kids. And they were like, you know what? At this point, girl, we get it. Every year, it's only been 2 though, but every year y'all get into it and maybe it sprinkles good luck on press. Then I say, girl, please, y'all can have a tsunami come through there. Ain't no good luck coming through there, honey. Now moving on, Spice, Old Spice, regular Spice, not the Ice Spice. She's setting up everything for the ciphers of the 8 album covers. She got flyers, she got church fans, she got regular fans, she got boots on the ground, and she's going over some final details about the cover art. And she's also, while doing that, taking the Bam smooth off the song. Like she said, she took the Bam off the song because the Bam caused a lot of confusion, and she don't want no smack because she's still moving forward with the album that none of us is gonna buy. Now, Carly Red was over there snotting and crying, and I didn't know her nose still worked enough to make some snot. But listen, Carly Red was down there at the crib. They said they hadn't heard high low from her in weeks. And this is what Kendra was trying to say when she said, Carly, know that man ain't been around that house, girl. So she around there crying. And then all of a sudden, Amy and Yandy pulls up, girl. The two of the worst hoes. Here they come. Oh my God, Carly. How are you? Is everything okay? Girl, you are talking to the last 2 Mohicans. Girl, what is you doing? So the girls give Carly a bouquet of flowers since she haven't seen any in ages and scolds and blows. And they ask her, girl, I can tell you've been crying and you're needing somebody to talk to. Girl, I said, go ahead on, Michelle and Kelly, go ahead on. And so they said, girl, Carly, for real, what's going on with you and T-Lo? What's going on with the wedding? Is y'all really still getting married? And Carly comes clean and say, girl, I ain't seen high, low, or T-Lo since, girl, T-Lo seen me. Girl, Carly said the last time they talked, he said he was coming home. They was going to discuss some things. He said, and then after he said they was going to discuss it at 5 o'clock, that nigga was gone by 5:15. She ain't seen high low of him ever since. So she said her response to that was she was going to get ghosted too. And she ghosted him even though he was already ghosting her. But it don't count when you ghosting a nigga who already ghosted you. That's what I'm talking about. And Carly, I think that whatever them things you got in your face must have oozed off into your brain. Something is wrong with you. How you gonna ghost a nigga who already ghosted you? He not gonna know you gone because he ghosted you. You can't make this up. But Carly Red decided to fix her face for as much as she could and look the lady square in the eyes and say, girl, at this point, I don't even know if we gonna have no wedding. Girl, I'm picking out flowers by myself. I'm picking out programs by myself, dresses and everything, girl. T-Lo don't want to do nothing. T-Lo, as a matter of fact, girl, got mad at me for overspending on the budget. Yeah, I went over a little bit, but ultimately, I didn't think it was that deep. But I think he just needed an excuse to really leave me. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Plus, now after we done seen the video footage of him on live with the other girl, it's over, Carly. And you know that. And you know what's crazy? A part of me feels bad for Carly. I'm going to be completely honest. There's a part of me that feels bad for Carly because Carly is trying to fill a void. There's a void there that Carly really needs to fill. It's like it's an itch that she can't quite get to. She can scratch it enough to subside it, but not enough to satisfy it. And there's something about Carly that has her running and chasing behind these men, trying to find the person who loves her. There's something about her that attracts all these men to Carly. Let's really be clear. There's something about Carly that keeps men flocking to her like a pack of sheep. But there's also something else about Carly that runs men away. And Carly has to figure that part out. What is going on with Carly? Okay? And I feel bad for her in that aspect. But at the end of the day, y'all messing with these folks' churn. I'm not a person who condones it or like it or whatever the case may be. Do what you want. But you wasn't going to be with that little boy no ways. Okay? And having Dumb and Dumber over there to talk to is just insanitary at this point, girl. Look at him. Duck and goose. Girl, get them off of here. Let's move on. So now we move to the next scene and it's giving a belly intro, huh? Ready? Are you ready? What's going on? What's going on? Either way, child, they on their way into this restaurant. I don't know why he got Mama D meeting up with Jiz Naive talking about Jock and Lil Zane, but he is. Now, he got Mama D and them coming around because he needs to talk to them. He nervous. He got the results back to the fraternity test, and it turns out the baby is, in fact, a Q dog. Mama D said fraternity. Sorry, I just can't let it ride. But anyway, Scrap said he got the people around here because he needs them to have his moral support so that he can find out if the baby is his. Like he said, he met the mama being a freak nasty, and he didn't realize that 9 months later she was going to spit out a seed. But she did, and he's here for it. Now he need to find out if the baby is. Now the baby looks just like him in my opinion. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say the baby his. Period. Now, whole T, Mama D is over there talking about how the girl is mad at her for bringing out a fraternity test. But like she said, she being the third baby mama, Mama D said she gonna take the high road. She said she don't want no beef, no smoke or nothing with the girl. She just want to love on the child and she want to see if the baby belongs to Skriz Na'E. But ultimately, they all feel like the baby do. They just need the confirmation. Now, Skriz Na'E tells Mama D that she was wrong because maybe the girl just took it a separate way and told Mama D to pipe down because Mama D kept going back and forth with him. And the moment he said that, here comes Zane opening his mouth talking about this my mama too. I've been knowing you for 20 years. Now, this don't sit right with Skriz Na'E because like Scrap said, first of all, nigga, I'm talking to my mama. You gonna mind your business, first of all. Second of all, if we gonna be sharing women, then I guess we sharing your wife then, huh? Now, Zane don't like this. See, Zane like to share his little Peter bird, but he don't like to share his wife. Zane was like, I know you didn't just bring up my wife. Like, you really trying to compare me saying I'm sharing your mama to you sharing my wife? Like, bro, I don't really too particularly appreciate that. And Skriz Na'E was like, I don't care. I put pause on niggas. Do you think I care, nigga? Like, no, I said what I said. If that's my mama, then we sharing wives. If we sharing mamas, we sharing wives. And I said, ooh. Now, this right here is fighting words. And Zane didn't too particularly appreciate this and said, you know, he really got to start squinting his eyes when he look at Skriz Na'E, as he should, because they say the pipe been piping around there lately. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just throwing it out there. So Mama D tells Zane to calm down. She was like, calm down, Zane. Yes, you are my playson, but at the end of the day, that's my child, and I'm going to have his back. And if he want me to pipe down, I'm going to pipe down. So I'm telling you to pipe down as well. And Zane was like, I get it, Mom, but I'm just trying to see something. I'm just trying to see something. And why he keeps saying Mom? Because Scrap got up looking like the doggone kitchen help and talking about, do you want to fight? No, he don't want to fight. That boy don't want the paws put on him. Come on now, Skriz Na'E. You can't be mad at that boy because he want to share your mama. Stop with all of that, okay? So they get the chesting up, bumping and all of that, girl. Security in the middle. They ain't about to bust a grape and read none of them. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to Zane for standing up like he really gonna fight. But at the end of the day, it's displaced anger because basically Scrappy is nervous about this whole situation. So Mama D gets Lil Zane down and said, calm down, little nigga. Shut up before I don't pick you up and put you back in this booster seat. And he said, you right, Mama D. I'm sorry. This wasn't even supposed to be like this or whatever the case. Now, he did hop in the confessional and say, moving forward, he don't know how he really want to deal with Skriz Na'E because he don't trust him. As you shouldn't. You shouldn't trust him at all. I'm telling you now. If you trust him, you're going to screw yourself. I'm telling you. Now, my boy Jock is weak laughing because Jock was like, are y'all niggas serious? Like, y'all really about to fight? Like, for real, for real? Like, he think that this is asinine that they even into it. And I'm with Jock. Now, Jock supposed to be there for moral support. And at this point, ain't nobody morally supporting Skriz Na'E. Somebody supports Skriz Na'E. Now, he nervous. So he apologized and said, I'm sorry, y'all. Zane, my bad, bro. I'm just nervous about who this baby about to be for. They got a cake. I got to light the cake to see if the baby mine, and I need y'all moral support, bro. All 4 of y'all, all 3 of y'all. And they say, okay, we going to go ahead on and do what we got to do. Get the cake and bring it to the table. So, girl, I didn't know Kroger makes surprise light up cakes because I don't know who did this, but they lit the whole cake on fire. I said, now what is going on? But this is the thing. When the fire go out, you supposed to get a message at the end of the cake. And I say, oh, okay, a little burnt icing ain't gonna hurt nobody. And show us, you know what? The cake came out and it says, you are the father. So Skriz Na'E is that pappy or that there baby. And he said he's excited. He said he already knew it because the baby had his whole face and his whole head. But he's excited. And I'm saying congratulations to Skriz Na'E, the baby, and Mama D. Congratulations to all 4 of them. Get them off of here. Now, the Bam invites Jessica over because she hadn't heard from her since she buried her sister. And she kind of wanted to catch up with everything that's been going on with Jessica, the Jessica Model Girl, and, everything since her little launch party with her, cover of the magazine. So Jessica sits down and she's like, before we get to me, how are things going with you? How is Curacao, your new boo? What's going on? Spill the tea. Now, this makes the Bam go into her situation and say she really feel like she in love. She said, she was trying to make him wait, but he was very patient. He bought her a ring. She said, and she realized that she really kind of like low-key falling in love with the nigga. And I said, that's good. That's real good. I love that for the Bam. The Bam needs somebody to love on her. You feel what I'm saying? So then the Bam flipped and asked Jessica, she was like, but anyway, how have you been since the passing of your sister? I know you had a lot going on with the family and a lot of weight on your shoulders, decision making. Do you want to, kind of elaborate on how things have been going with you? Because we hadn't heard from you as well. Now, Jessica said it's been hard. She said she's been having to do things she never thought she'd have to do as far as making certain plans and things of that nature. She said, but the family is familying and it's a lot going on with life. But either way, she's still making it through and she's pushing through and she's going to be victorious. And I believe that. I like the Jessica Model Girl. So then she invites the Bam to Spice album release party for the Cyphers of the Eight. And the Bam was like, oh, you got invited to the release, but I didn't. But it makes sense because I was taken off the album because Spice really have an issue with me. And honestly, that's not exactly how that went. So I think that's disingenuous for her to say. But she said she's going to go to the party anyway because she wants to have her chance to confront Spice about why she took her off the album. But again, it was given you wanted to be off the album the way y'all was getting into it. So I don't understand this, but I guess we'll put a pin in it and come right back to it. Let's move on. So now fast forward, it's the album release or a single release for Spice called No More or something like that. And then she's also, I think they're going to discuss the Cyphers of the Eight thing. I don't know. Listen, all I know is it's a release party, girl, and everybody got on blue. But the setting is in a classroom. Now, I guess she told the people to dress up like schoolgirls because as we can see, we got Yandy looking unappealing. And then we also got Kendra looking tired. Like, girl, you just can't make this up. But anyway, they showed up in their attire. Everybody's ready to go back to school for the whole album release. Now, Spice comes out to greet her guests, and she just so happens to see Jessica in the doggone audience. Now, remember, Jessica said that she was coming there to pay her back for ruining her event, which was the event where they did the unveiling of the cover of the magazine. But Spice was happy to see her and wanted her to come up to the front of the congregation and publicly apologize to her for basically ruining her event. So she did just that. She brought Jessica up and was like, Jessica, me and you started off on a bad start. I did come to your event, and I was wrong and I was acting crazy and I shouldn't have done that, but you still came out to support me. Thank you so much. And Jessica was very nice about it and was like, that's what I do. I think Jessica has a good heart. She just throw it off a little bit, just a little bit, but neither here nor there. So after that, Spice starts talking about the single called No More. I think that's the name of it. But she said it's basically about women, especially black women, not taking being talked to derogatorily, if that's a word, in a derogatory frame, and basically not taking crap off of no men. Now, this got Mama D up there talking about that's right, Scrappy. Us women not taking nothing off no men. Mama D, you was a prostitute whisperer. You ain't never took nothing off no nigga. Mama D, please. Now is not the time. You and Chris Naive, move. So right before Spice was getting ready to premiere the video, Jessica pulled Spice aside and said that she really wanted to talk to her behind the scenes and she has something very important and very imperative for her to listen to. So Spice is like, girl, where's we going? Like, we'll see. Like, where's you taking me while I'm trying to unveil my new project? So Jessica spins the bin with Spice, basically walking her into this room so that she can meet up with this mystery person that nobody knows who it is. So as sure as she turns the corner to see who it is, guess who it is? It's the Bam. Now this is the part that got me. The last confrontation that the Bam and Spice had, the Bam was like, girl, F your song, F your disc, and all of that. Why she's there to confront Spice about not being on the album, I really don't understand. And they continuing to blame Spice instead of each other. The beef between Amy and doggone the Bam has something to do with Amy and the Bam, not Spice. She was just messy. So basically, the band was like, so Spice, I heard you took me off the album. I'm trying to see something. What's up? And Spice was like, yes, me took you off the album, girl. Yes. She said, because basically, girl, the way you was cutting up on me, making it seem like I was just being messy and lying on me. Yeah, I took you off the album. It's my album and I could do that. Okay, and what? Now, my girl hopped into the confessional and said she put a lot of her money, her hard work, and everything behind the project, and she believed the project will succeed. I don't believe that. However, I get it. You done put in the work. You did what you did. If I were you, I would put it out too. And I don't believe she owes the BAM any explanation, but just in case she does. So she hands the BAM a phone, basically talking about that they were documenting the whole recording process. And she has video proof that Amy lied and said that she was the one told her to write that rap or write that verse because Amy had already had it written down when she came in the studio. So she shows the BAM the receipts. Now I'm thinking, okay, BAM gonna see this and be like, oh, it really was Amy who lied. But no, because none of them want conflict with each other. What does the BAM do? Turn around and flips it back on Spice and was like, yeah, but Spice, you was being messy by telling me about the album and what she said about me. In Spice's defense, Spice felt like if I didn't tell you and you was blindsided at the release, you would feel some type of way. So I thought, this is what Spice was thinking. I'm thinking, let me get in front of it so you can be prepared, and that way you won't feel like I had anything to do with it. But Spice, the fact of the matter is, you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. These girls would rather beef with you than each other, and that's just what this is all about. So when Spice told the BAM she was off the album, I truly didn't understand what the problem was. Like, why wig out? You said it was trash anyway. What's the big deal? The big deal is the BAM really and truly wanted to be a part of the project, but she allowed her emotions to get in the way of that, and now here we are. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? But this the part that got me. So Spice was like, basically, she was only telling the BAM about the album and about what the girl had wrote because when she heard the BAM song, it was mediacore. Those words, that's what she said. It was mediacore. She meant to say mediocre, but I get what she was trying to say, language barriers. You know what I'm saying? She said, and the only reason she told her to rewrite her verse was because it was trash. And that just is what it is. And now BAM feeling like she didn't tell her that to her face. She's saying, girl, yes, I did. I literally told you it was mediacore. And the BAM was like, I never heard you say it was mediacore. And I don't know what clicked in BAM's head. The BAM literally lost it. Girl, the BAM started screaming and howling, kicking and throwing tantrums, talking about Spice, this, that, and the third, and how she don't care about being on the album. And I'm over here saying, okay, cool. She don't really care about being on the album, but that's not what happened in real time. You see, in real time, the BAM went all the way to the front where they had the chalkboard at and was written something on the chalkboard and went to erasing the stuff off the chalkboard, talking about the BAM is here. Y'all can leave. The BAM is here. I said, the BAM is what? Girl, ain't nobody coming or going because you enter or exit a room. BAM, please. And what the chalkboard did to you. Take your doggone fur, your Nutrirat fur off the doggone chalkboard. You out of pocket. Now, them children worked all day on that. So the BAM get in her car and call Spice everything but the child of God. F you, Spice. Hate you, Spice. Spice, Ice Spice, regular Spice, whatever Spice, whatever the case may be. BAM, you went outside. Now, you say you in love, right? Just focus on that, fat. You went outside. If you don't care about the cipher, don't worry about it. Just get on Jock Cipher. It ain't that deep. Ain't nobody gonna listen to this crap no way. You good, my love. And look at Chris Naive. High is the cost of living. Talking about, I'm just minding my business. I'm minding my business. I don't know what's going on. I bet you don't. I bet you don't, boy. Get off here with the people's eyebrow. So now Spice takes this opportunity to confront Amy. Because remember, Amy lied to the BAM and told the BAM that she had wrote a different freestyle. But when she got in there, it was Spice who told her to rewrite it and make it a diss track. Because she's saying, this is what Amy said, that the BAM wrote a diss track about her first, and Spice was the one that told her that. So when Spice confronts her and was like, girl, tell the truth. Did you tell this girl that I told you to rewrite that verse and start the beef? And look at Amy. Well, I told her that I wrote the verse outside the studio and when I was in the booth. And Spice was like, no. This is the craziest part. You got this girl really beefing with me because you couldn't be a woman and say you did what you did and you said what you said. Amy ain't trying to hear that. And Spice was like, listen, I really didn't need none of y'all niggas on the album. Both of y'all got 11 listeners on Spotify. Like, what's T? I really was trying to work with y'all, and this is the thanks I get because y'all want to battle me. And I'm with Spice on that. When you right, you right. Spice, don't get me wrong. You was being messy. We got to add that part in there. We can't leave that part out. But at the end of the day, the source of the issue is not with Spice. The source is with Amy being mad at the band for dating her third grade sweetheart. And the source is with the band mad at Amy because she was acting like she was going to give Skrizz Na'I a little cooch. That's what this is all about. Spice is just a person that's taking a lick on this stuff at this point in time. So after Spice said that they both got 11 listeners on Spotify, Amy said, not me. Maybe that other girl got 11 listeners, but I have 36. So you can't be talking about me. And when she said that, the Bam's good friend, Zell is standing there. And one thing Zell not going to do is let you play with his friends. You know how he is behind Malaysia. LaQuisha, he don't let people play with his friends like that. So when Amy made that comment, here comes Zell. First of all, don't touch me. Second of all, my friend do not have 11 listeners on Spotify because I listened at least 10 times. So first of all, mind your tongue when you're talking about my friend because at the end of the day, she a better artist and a better rapper than you. Now, he's going back and forth with Amy because Amy and him is having issues. I didn't like that he was going toe-to-toe with her verbally because at the end of the day, Zell, you is still a main. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. If y'all let Saucy do it with his big bike, I guess Zell could do it too. But they get to going back and forth and Zell is like, girl, please get your hands off of me. Don't touch me. You are not the one or the two to really be playing with me, right? So then like Zell was saying, my friend ain't the only one with low listeners on Spotify. You not about to play with her. Amy was over there talking about I had over 1 million independent mixtape reviews or something. I don't know what she said. Google reviews, child. I don't know. And him and her get to going back and forth. He calling her a dusty bitch. Said that she only really is over there being messy with them because she about to ride off in the sunset with the white shoulders Howard. And he already know what tea it is and what time it is. And he not about to let Amy play with his friend. Now, I'm with Spice. I didn't like that they was in each other's face like that. I think that wasn't cool. Even Skrizz Na'I had to jump in the middle and be like, hey, bro, y'all chill. Because at the end of the day, Zell is still a main. But when she called him a bitch, him and another girl called her a bitch back. It was a bitch fest. You had to be there. I wasn't there, so I already know it was lit. But it was crazy. Like I said, I'm with Spice. I don't like that him going back and forth with her in her face like that. I don't like that. That's just me. So neither here nor there. Spice said it don't matter. She still is coming out with the album, with the song, and she got the people over there to come to the next room so they can watch the schoolgirl song No More or something like that. I don't know what the hell Spice be singing. I don't know what the hell Spice be over there saying, girl. But it was cute. It was very colorful. Look at them. By the desk and things of that nature. It's a bunch of girls. Yeah, look at them. They all look fast. Yes, they do. Cute little video, girl. And that was the end of the episode. Spice was excited about her new comings. And she said she ready for the ciphers of the A. And she's excited about all her new business ventures. And that's her little 1-2 yin out. Because we about to get into the rest of these folks. Everybody got their little outro, girl. I guess we'll get into some of them. I ain't doing them all. And then over here, we got Zane say he back in the crib and so happy that after 30 years, he decided to finally be faithful to his wife. I hope his little Peter bird fall off and she start cheating. That's how niggas do. Always doing right at the wrong time, huh? Duck ass. Move around. And look at Sierra. Me and my man decided we're going to postpone our wedding because his mother broke her legs running from the laws. But either way, we still going to have our wedding. We still going to do our big one. And we still going to eat this cake because I already paid for it. But ultimately, I'm in love with my man and I'm trying to be with my man because it's my man, my man, my man. Carly is finally having to come to terms with the fact that she was never getting married from the beginning and this man was never going to be hers. She said from picking out wedding dresses and doing cake tastings by myself, she said I should have known this Negro wasn't going to do right by me, but he didn't. And she said she's got to come to terms with that and she deserved to be happy. Yes, you do, Carly, but you know they about to drag you down to the ground, right? Yes, they is, girl. Now, the Bam said even though she was kicked off of Bad and Bougie, she's still in love with her new main. She said she's still beefed out with Skrizz Na'I, but it don't matter. She's in love with her main, and she's looking forward to being with him or whatever. Scrappy said he happy about his new Prince of the South. He said that he got 5 children now, and he gonna do whatever he can to take care of them kids and stay far away from the Bam because she want his head off his shoulders. And Erica, that's the silent one right there. You gotta watch Erica, in my opinion. But either way, congratulations are in order for Skrizz Na'I. Yandy out there giving away bikes to people churning and all of that stuff when she need to be taking the bike away from Collateral because he riding that thing all up and down Peachtree Corner Circle looking for Cooch. But anyway, Yandy Luther the King came in the confessional to tell us that she gonna stick by her man. She understand how messy love and hip hop is, but it don't matter because real love never dies. And y'all hoes keep hating on her because her and her man gonna be together regardless. She said, and as for these so-called fake friends who was acting like they was my friend, Rashida, she said she don't want nothing to do with these heifers. She also said when the hate stop working, they start telling lies. And she said she don't care what y'all do. Y'all not breaking up her fake marriage. And look at Collateral. Man, the season over, I really was about to put Yandy back up for Collateral, but she worked more money during season than off. So I'll catch her on the next one. Yeah, I'm not addressing that other stuff. It is what it is. I'm outside on Peachtree Corner Circle if you need me. Peace. And of course, Rashida done added another child to the harem. And she's so excited to be welcoming Lil Kyron. What's the little boy name? Cairo. The illegitimate child that her husband had on her that got her over there raising in matching pajamas. Rashida, you are the biggest loser of love and hip hop. I don't care all the franchises. Put them all together. And somehow you still come out on top as the biggest loser. But that was the end of the episode, girl. I don't know if it's the season finale. Whatever it is, we here. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on all platforms, and I'll see y'all later, girl. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.